All right, you guys. So we're making another tier list. And this tier list is going to be on esports. And these are going to be the definitive list of esports. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. And I hope you guys realize I watch a little bit of everything. And some of this stuff, there's like one or two of them I'm like, I have no clue about whatsoever. So let's get into it. The first one, I think this is Realm Royale. I have no idea what. I had no idea like they even had a esport. If that makes any amount of sense, I'm gonna throw that in the I don't know category because I've never seen them go live. I think that's Realm Royale. Like I'm not exactly sure. The other one I have no idea. I think this is FIFA. Like if it's anything, like I'm just gonna put it out there. I've tried watching soccer before, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but it's crap. Soccer's just way too slow for me to like really enjoy. I know it's like the world sport. It brings nations together. Soccer's slow. Football, American football, is the way to go. Anyways, let's get into actual esports that I know about. Starting off, Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty as an esport, it's got its moments. Like me personally, I'm not watching like the group rounds of Call of Duty. I'm watching the championship rounds. The championship rounds of Call of Duty, whoo! Let me tell you, like you'll get hyped and like, King Scumpy, he retired. That man would get hyped on the stage and just he would just kill it. Like there's no better competitor than King Scumpy. So that's why I'm going to put it in meh. Like I said, group stages for Call of Duty, crap. Like freaking championship rounds, amazing. Like Call of Duty, it's just a meh esport until you get to the championship rounds. Championship rounds, I bump it up probably to good, damn near God. But like I said, with the group stages, there's not enough in there to really like draw me in and keep me there. CSGO. Now, I've watched some CSGO. Don't get me wrong. There's some amazing plays like the Kojiro one and shit like that. I put it under meh as well. I mean, it's not going to be my go-to. Oh my god, I have to watch it. I think that they're too kind of stiff when you're watching it. It's just meh. Like what I mean? Like it's just meh. So the next one, this is Dota. I think Dota has like some of the highest prize pools when it comes to esports. It's a tier 1 esport. I do know that. So is CSGO. CSGO is also a tier 1 esport. When it comes down to it, Dota, I'm going to put it in bad. Because I don't exactly understand the whole premise of the game. And I'm just going to do this as well. Guess what, guys? I'm part of the number 5 most toxic community in gaming, and that is Rocket League. League of Legends, bad. Same thing. Like, the problem I have with Dota and League of Legends is it's just controlled by one region. And that is, like, if you're not from, China or Korea, any of those countries in that area, like, you don't have a shot. There's no real, like, way to really, do that. No, the same with StarCraft. We'll throw StarCraft and crap. But there's no real region that really puts the Asian region like on its back, heel. There's none of that. So you get super one-sided matches when you're looking at the worlds and stuff like that, where to the point where like I know in America here they brought some guys over to try to attempt to balance it, and it's just like it ain't working, homie. That's just my opinion. Like Dota, League of Legends, and StarCraft, there's no real scene here in America for it. And I feel bad because, like, I wanted to get into League of Legends, But you want to talk about the most toxic community, bro. Like I said, me being in the number 5 most toxic community, I had to take a break. It's like, what are you doing? We're at 18 minutes. You need to start pushing a dragon. I was like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. And like I said, I feel Dota and League of Legends definitely fall hand in hand. Bad. They're bad. Because there's no competitiveness here in America for it. So we're getting into the next one. Next one's going to be Fortnite. Now, when it comes to Fortnite as an esport, I just put it under meh. Unlike Call of Duty, where the championship rounds, like, it gets intense to the point where you're like, oh, like, just the whole time, like, the camera bounces around from player to player to player and their location to all that stuff. It's cool, but the only reason why I've watched it was to get the drops on Twitch. That's the only reason why I've watched competitive, Fortnite. And now, granted, I heard about, I can't remember the kid's name, Booga, I think it is, where he won $3 million playing the solo. Like, I wish I was 19 and good at video games again. Like, yeah, Fortnite is just meh. I think because of the Battle Royale aspect and the, yeah. And PUBG, we're going to put PUBG under crap. I think PUBG is a meh game anyways. Halo. Like, I so want to put Halo into good. But the amount of events, I feel like there's not really that good amount of events when it comes to Halo. To the point where I can bump it into good, right? I feel like Halo is going to fall into more of a meh category, but I'm going to put it, in my opinion, I would put it above CSGO, but not quite Call of Duty status. Because don't get me wrong, like, you want a really good series to watch, The Process, done by Optic Gaming, they actually have, like, freaking clips talking about their Halo run in Raleigh and so on and so forth. But I feel like there's only like one event every quarter. Like, there's really not much. I don't see much exposure when it comes to Halo Championship Series. I wish there was more, because don't get me wrong, I love Halo because I'm in my 30s. I was 11 when the first Halo came out. Like, I love it. I love Halo. I'm going to put Madden and crap. Because, like, the thing of it is, when it comes to Madden, I love American football. Here, we need to fix this. Madden goes right there. I love American football. But the problem with Madden is the fact that it has a great concept, which is, okay, we're gonna create 32 different. We're gonna invite 32 players because there's 32 teams in the NFL. So of course you got events at every single place. There's an NFL team, and then you have to earn your spot with that team, right? Okay, cool. It's a cool concept. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like when it comes to Madden, like, you got to score first. There's a lot of what ifs, especially when it comes to like AI, stuff like that is way outside your control. Where I feel like a lot of Madden is luck, RNG, stuff like that. So that's why I put Madden in crap. Because there's a lot of things that are way outside your control that you cannot control in a simulation. Hearthstone. I think I watched like one Hearthstone event. It was boring. Like, super boring. Smite. I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched a game of Smite. I don't know anything about Smite, truth be told. Just kind of like Realm Royale right here. Smite's just meh. Here, we'll talk about Valorant real quick. Because Valorant's kind of like the new kid on the block. Like, looking at all these, I think Valorant is the newest one here. I think the next newest one. No, it's definitely the newest one by a large margin because I think Valorant, maybe 2 years it's been out. Um, my only problem with Valorant as an esport is that there's too many goddamn events. Every time I turn on Twitch, guess what? Valorant event, tune in. And I'm like, I'm good, bro. I kind of feel like it falls in the same category as like CS:GO, because it's basically a CS:GO clone. Um, but yeah, Valorant definitely falls into meh because there's just so many events. It doesn't keep me excited. It's just meh. Um, Rainbow Six. When it comes to Rainbow Six, it's exciting. I really have to admit it's exciting. They got some pretty good personalities when it comes to the pro scene. So I'm going to put Rainbow Six in the good category. It's very entertaining. Yeah. Overwatch. Like, if it wasn't for Overwatch, we wouldn't have XQC. I will admit that. But Overwatch as a whole, as an esports, like, it completely crumbled. You have these millionaires, these billionaires, and probably billionaires, investing billions of dollars into this franchise system that they want to do for Overwatch. And they failed. And I wouldn't say that it's on the franchises. It's on Activision Blizzard with how bad the Overwatch League failed. Failed as a whole. I tried to watch some OWL events, Overwatch League. It was just meh. Like, that's all I could say. I don't even think it was meh. I think it was bad. Because, like, the problem with the Overwatch League, right, was if there was a bad team, they were bad. If there was a good team, they were super good. And what's it? That Sinatra kid. Like, he was just taking over games. And then, like I said, if there was a team that was bad, they were bad. Like, super bad. To the point where it's like, can't watch this. But I put it in the bad category only because the what happened with Overwatch 1, right? Where they basically scrapped it for Overwatch 2, which is the same exact game. Same exact game, except instead of 6v6, it's 5v5. I feel like that's what killed the franchising system that the OWL have built. Yeah, it's just bad. So we're following into the last two. The last two are going to be Rocket League and Smash Brothers. You guys can probably guess. I'm going to put Rocket League in God tier. Rocket League, I've been watching Rocket League since like season 2 of the RLCS. I have my opinions when it comes to some of these teams. I feel like it sounds like, now granted, this is August 29th. It sounds like FaZe Clan is going to dismember they're just going to just do away with the Rocket League team, which I don't blame them. FaZe has bigger issues to worry about than the Rocket League team. So that means like people like First Killer, Sipical and them, they're just going to find new teams. Good luck to them. I feel like when it comes to Rocket League, it's super easy to like really get into, super easy to understand. And let me tell you, I remember watching season 5 with Justin being a rookie and taking that shot. There's a Rocket League! And like telling my buddies, hey, the championships are on, go watch it. And that shit got them hooked on RLCS. Is the shot by Justin. Like you can't tell me you would not get hooked on Rocket League because, like I said, it's super easy. Hey, you got to take that ball, and if you're orange, you put it in the blue net, and if you're blue, you put it in the orange net. It's super easy. And on top of that, the skill ceiling, like, there's just like, it's through the freaking roof. So Rocket League is, of course, in my opinion, God tier because they don't oversaturate. I do like how they took it, and the way RLCS used to be was it would be like, 8 weeks of league play, which was very entertaining because it was just like football, American football, where every match counted. You had to score points. You won, you lost. Everything counted. So at the end of the 8 weeks, because North America played 4, Europe played 4, and this was before APAC and Mensa and Sam. So they ended up adding 3 more, basically 3 more regions to RLCS, which is amazing. But in my opinion, like the 8 weeks, every match counted. You had to, get those wins. You had to get those goals, because at the end of the day, if you end up tied for 5th, they went to game differential. Well, if your game differential was tied, then they went to goal differential. So there was all kinds of things, like every match counted. And now that they're doing basically a very similar thing as League of Legends, where they do, I think it's like another 4 or 6 weeks, and then you go to a major, and then like as you accumulate points, players accumulate points, which they carry to them, different teams and stuff, and that determines who gets into Worlds. I just think it's amazing. Like, it's really good how RLCS has changed their entire landscape on how they want to really build this. And to me, it's super entertaining. Highly recommend it. If you guys want matches to watch to really be like, damn, let me know. I'll point you in the direction of different matches to watch. And then on top of that, hey, Psionics, if you're listening, do some more Fusion tournaments. I know Gamers 8's doing it right now. Fusion tournaments is where Rocket League, RLCS, they do 3v3. Everything's 3v3 in RLCS. Well, Fusion tournaments where you have a 3v3, 2v2, and 1v1 matches. And then you accumulate points depending on if you win, which pushes you along into the tournament to determine your spot. So there's teams out there that are pushing to get the best 1v1 players, to get some of the best 2v2 players out there to play on their teams. And it just really adds to the game. Highly recommend it. RLCS, go check it out. And like I said, if you want any matches, let me know. I'll point you in the right direction. Anyways, Smash Brothers. I'm putting Smash Brothers in God tier as well. And the reason why I put Smash Brothers in God tier is because the community. The community for Smash Brothers is just so amazing. Like, you cannot argue with me that there is a better community out there than Smash Brothers. Because guess what? Nintendo's not sponsoring these tournaments. Guess who's sponsoring it? The community. The community goes out there, they put up the cash, and they get things done. You can't tell me there's not a better community out there. And then on top of that, watching some of these players play, man, I tell you, I like watching Mango. I like watching Mewtwo King. Some of these players are freaking just really good, like Hungry Box, the gods of Smash Brothers. I highly recommend go sit down, watch a Smash Brothers tournament. You'll thank me later, because it's just phenomenal. And like I said, you don't need to know anything about Smash Brothers. You just need to know, okay, that person's Star Fox, that person's Jigglypuff, or that person's Charizard, so on and so forth. And you just watch them beat each other up. I think Smash Brothers is amazing. I really wish Nintendo would help support that community more, because they do a lot just on their own. And then on top of that, Melee, I feel bad because freaking Nintendo shut down, was it Dolphin, because of emulation, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, I understand why they did it, but it's total BS, because they need to just come up with a way for them to play Melee online. So if they own, I guarantee you some of these guys have bought Melee 6 times over, and you made your money off of them. But anyways, that right there is the definitive, and I mean the definitive tier list of esports. Until next time, you guys, I'll catch you later.